Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. I am recording this one directly after the last episode. Got some things to do tomorrow, so I won't be able to record the daily video in the morning, but I'm sure you guys would have hit 2,000 likes. You've been amazing so far, and I'm just recording this episode because I know you'll get it. And again, 2,000 for another one tomorrow. But the support really has been tremendous. I hope you enjoyed the last episode. Was really looking forward to seeing your feedback on that one before we actually recorded this so we could talk about it. We had to kind of rebuild the city in some respects. We went all the way down to 100 people in the city and then came all the way back up so that we could get ourselves the negative objectives out of the way for the unique buildings, because one of our goals for this map is to build every unique building and all of the monuments. That's our long-term plans, and it's going to take a while to do. So for this episode we're going to continue expanding, going to unlock some more unique buildings, going to head in that direction, and we're going to do a lot of rebuilding as well. So what I've done is actually zoned out some districts. You can see over here we've got Avalon, we've got this one down here called More Housing, so that's what we're going to be doing there. We have this little outpost called Incinerators. I might actually move that over to here, and then we could take over the rest of this island for some more residential areas. Now, as well as that one, we've got one over in this corner, so I'm sort of planning ahead a little bit here. We've got one up here called Cypress Hills. I really need to rename that, and we've also got the Wastelands there. But then you'll see we've got something called the Commercial Hub over here. Now, this is going to be like my long-term goal, to put a lot of those monuments and unique buildings that affect the commercial districts inside this area here, and build a massive ring road that goes around, you know, just a grid of commercial buildings, and make like a shopping/tourism district over here. And that's going to be a way away. To begin with, we've just got to start off with the areas down here. So I'm going to put in some more housing. We're going to expand some offices. We certainly need more of those, and we're going to work on this area over here because we had a lot of traffic issues when all of this was housing, and that's because if you look at the way it's connected up, it's coming through this area here and connecting there and also over here. So we're kind of taking our traffic that goes through here and just adding to it with all of the housing that we have here. So I think what we want to do is add in a roundabout somewhere around here, create a new like line of roads going from top to bottom, and then connect up all of this area to that instead of this side over here. So there's a lot of work to be done. We'll be doing it bit by bit. I'll be bringing you up to speed, and of course while we're doing that we're going to try and hit some of these objectives as well. And I think one of them is weekly education expenses. So what I might do at the moment is throw down a few more schools, put up the budget, and we'll see if we can unlock that one as well. Well, I got on completely carried away working on this little area. There's been a little bit of a trash problem, so I put some incinerators over here, realised how far away it was from everything. I think it would be a very good idea to add another entrance to Avalon over here, so to connect it up across there. But that's for another day. Let's have a look at this new area that I built. It's called Sandy Rises. I bought Sandy for the beach, Rises for the tall buildings, and there you go. It goes right out to the very edge. Very efficient use of space. Loads of offices on this side, and then there was still a demand for more, so I built a little section right here which actually goes underneath the bridge. And I love, look how close that is. Actually that goes into it. It's kind of like built into the motorway a little bit there, or does it? Very, very close stuff, but it looks really cool. So you can go underneath over into this little office area and back over to the other side again. So things are looking really good throughout the city, although it looks like we need to turn on some more sewage treatment, and it seems okay just to have the one place right here. And by the way, getting a lot of comments about the dam, why it's not working because the road's not connected. It is connected. Let's close this right here. Oh, and now I've got to click on that. There we go. Okay, so this is connected, but apparently it's built the wrong way around. It's facing the wrong direction. What's strange is that when I tried to build it, it would only let me go... Oh. Well, that's weird, because when I was building it up here, it wouldn't let me go in this direction. It would only snap in the opposite direction. What if we go... That is so strange. Look, now it's pointing in the right direction, and when I first built this, I drag it and it always face in the opposite direction. Is it? No. I don't know why it did that, but there you go. Anyway, this is doing exactly what we want it to. It's holding back all of the water, and actually this thing is costing us 3,000 a week when it's on, and if it's turned off it's probably going to do the same thing. I think we just saved ourselves a lot of money. And speaking of money, our budget for education, if we have a look, is just below 20,000. So we need to build like a couple more schools, and I think we might be able to turn some on just temporarily over in this area. So there is an elementary school right here, 240 a week. That's not really enough, is it? Are there any high schools? Maybe I'll just throw something down. There's a high school. And how much do they cost? 800. So we've upped it by 1,000. Let's throw down another high school, and then it should be enough, and we'll turn these off later. So with that, we should be skimming just below. And as I say, I just realised that we've got an extra 50% on top of the price as well. And you can see there, basically that's going to be done. The next time I come back, I'll do some more work in the city, and then we'll have this one right here. So now that that's done, or almost done, what's the next objective? Electricity production. We can just expand that, turn on. We can do that right now. This is great. We are breezing through these at the moment. Okay, so let's put down another one next to it. And then what we're going to do is turn both of these on. That one's already on, of course. There we go. And is that enough? How much was it? I've forgotten already. Let's have a look here. We need... Oh, and there you go. It became available. So we've done that one. And now we've got to maintain that for 10 weeks, okay? And then we'll have the education thing done. And then our next two are 7 instances of universities. That will come a little bit later, I think. And 20,000 square meters of commercial zones built. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot to pull off, that one. Alright, so next up we're going to be tackling this jumble of roads right here. I've got a few plans at the moment. I want to expand this industrial area over on this side, and I was thinking about filling in this space right here. If we have a look at the zoning, it's kind of hard to make this efficient, because if we connect the roads going across, they're actually sloped at different angles, which is something that I could kind of fix. But if we just look at how much space is available on a one-way road system, we've got to think that we have to build fire services that go over here and such for this area, and it's not much of a big area at all. So what I think I'm going to do is make this a parallel road system. So we'll have a 6 lane on that side, a 6 lane on this side. It will join off over here, and it will go down, and we'll have another big industrial area like that just over on this side here. And then we might make it end around there and connect back up into this one, or we'll probably make it bigger, and I'll get rid of all of this over here as well. So the plan is to build a big roundabout. And the thing is, this is going to take a long time to do. It's a lot of planning, a lot of thought. Can't do too much building on camera, otherwise it would be half of the episode. But I'm going to try and build a roundabout that's a little bit different from what you might expect. Going to try and do something a little unusual. And then connect these areas up. And another thing that we want to do is be careful how we connect these roads over here around to this one, because we don't want people using it as a shortcut. We'll generate lots of traffic where this is already supporting it. So a lot to be considered. I'm going to start work on this straight away, and I'll keep you informed as we build parts of the roundabout. Actually, I'll tell you what, we can do a little bit together here on camera. You see this road right here? This is kind of redundant. This was a slip road to help all of that immense traffic that we had earlier on. We're not going to be generating that sort of traffic again, so we don't need this road anymore. And I also feel like this road here for the trucks, we'll be able to build a roundabout that's going to accommodate them as well. So this little slip road that they're using is not going to be needed, so see you later. All of that's going to go. And then again, if we look at what's happening here, you can go to the right, you can go to the left. There's sort of a slip road here again for the heavy traffic, because a lot of the cars were going down and then turning up the ramp again. This is all the kind of stuff we did in the live stream. So that right there is like the bare bones. It's not as complicated as it looks. Now pretty much everything is exiting over here, by the way. I kind of feel like maybe we should get rid of this area and do something different with it, but for now we'll leave that road so it can connect up at the end, but we'll temporarily disconnect it because this space right here is going to be invaluable. So you can see already we're really kind of condensing what we actually need. That's a shortcut. Actually, it's not a shortcut, it's the way the trucks get down into that area, so that should stay for now. And what I said I wanted to do was have parallel 6-lane roads going in the same direction, so we'll bring that all the way across and then they'll go around the corner together. So we're actually going to have 2 roads going in the same direction over here, which would be interesting, and then maybe a slip road off for this thing right here, so only if you need to come to the incinerators, which should mean that only the garbage trucks use it. So now that we know we're doing that, let's just pull this back and look at where all of our roads go. And yes, we got loads of floating trucks everywhere. Crazy stuff. Is that a donut truck? Yep, that's a donut truck, and it's floating above the tracks. Yeah, so the tracks are kind of in the way a little bit. One of the things I haven't even got around to experimenting yet with is the rails. I have to play in my other world a bit and, you know, play around with the harbour and figure those things out a little. I've been neglecting that really. We should have done that already, but we are kind of chasing down other goals. And in order to get all these goals that we're talking about, we need like a rapid expansion of the city. So we're going to have a very big roundabout right here. The way to make these, as you've seen before, is to pull them out like that. So I think somewhere around here is going to be just about right. So just had a little bit of inspiration here. What if we were to do something different from a roundabout? We've done that already. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. So why don't we try something different? Let's put the road down like this. We'll raise it off the ground to make it easier to build. And then we're just going to put it on the corner of each of these grids, which can be a little bit tricky to see sometimes. And what we'll do is we'll take a step back and see if it actually looks good, which I think it does so far. Now this land goes up and down a little bit. So it's not exactly flat. In fact, look at that. It's on a hill. It's wonky. Looks pretty cool, I think. And it's surprising just how much higher that bit over there is as opposed to down here. So now we can have roads that go underneath this as well as connecting onto it to go all the way around, which is something we're going to keep in mind. So initially I had a little bit of a strange idea. You see, what you do with these roundabouts is you turn off to the nearest, like turning to the right. You know, you go around like that. But if you want to go straight over or left, what you tend to have are these overpasses. And this is probably the worst one to show you. This one here is the best. So if you want to go over to the far left, then you can go around like that. So what I was thinking about is, what if you had another roundabout in the middle that went in the opposite direction? See, this one goes to the right. So then when you connect, you'll go to the left and you'll turn off on the left quicker. But I think there might have been something overlooked there. So we could try that later on. For now, we're going to go with an octagon design. And I'm not sure how I'm going to connect the roads into each bit. But I imagine we'll space them evenly, like in the corners maybe. That could work. Yeah, we'll try that. Let's connect these roads up and see how it looks. This thing is turning into a monstrosity. And you might be looking at this and wondering, why is this road here at a different angle? Well, on this side, we have two roads coming into it. And when they go into it or off, they need to be at a particular angle. So if you have a look here, that's actually the coming in one right there. So you can see it's just a slight turn to the right. And then when you're leaving, it's a slight turn to the right or the left, stay on the roundabout. So to continue with that, that means over here what we want it to do is turn to the right again. Otherwise, it'd be pointing in from this side and it would be a sharp right turn, which would slow the traffic down. So that's why it's going to look like that, and unfortunately not be quite symmetrical, but that gives it a little bit more character. So anyway, what I want to do now is show you how to build the off-ramps on this side over here. You see, what you want to do is use the grids that are made by roads in this game. So if we come out, and we need the straight road tool here, if we come out to the second grid, hit page down so it goes to the ground, and do that on either side, then we can make a line here that we're going to use to get that angle. So if we destroy the roads we just built, but leave the one behind it, we can then select the correct road type, and now we've got to make sure these are in the right direction. So right goes on, left comes off. And there's a little bit of a problem here. We need this to be a full grid. We might be able to wing it. Let's see. So right goes on. This is going to be the easy one. We're in the top corner. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then we take that up to there, and that's the same angle as every other turn. And then it's the opposite for coming down. So we're going to have to kind of jump back one. So let's actually change the angle there. What are we snapping to? 1, 2, 3, and then connect. So yes, we can go back by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit page down, don't move the mouse, and that's it. Perfect. Excellent. So we did it. Now we can destroy this road here. And if you look from up above, you can see it's symmetrical with the other ones. So now we've got a road system which we can send through this neighborhood and connect up with this road. And I'm not sure quite how that's going to work, but another thought that I've had is where we have slip roads to sort of go straight over or round to the right, etc. And then we could use these. Now these are oncoming roads. So I guess the best example would be like this. But you could go underneath and then around to this side. Actually, it's almost like a perfect line, isn't it? But yeah, that's generally the path you could make it take. You could use this middle bit for shortcuts. It could be quite interesting. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do there. We might do the opposite roundabout as well. So you have a roundabout that goes in the opposite direction. In fact, that's what I think I'm going to try. I'm going to build it, look at it, and then connect up some little slip roads and see just how that looks. Alright, it's almost sort of finished now, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking there's actually some potential here, because when it goes around the other way in the middle, you can connect the roads up the same. So this one goes over there, and then you can take the left-hand turn instead of going all the way around here, which is good. But if this was maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit better designed, then on each side perhaps these roads could be divided so they could go either to the roundabout that goes one way round or the roundabout that goes to the other, and with enough junctions to connect, you know, both sides of the road to the ones in the middle, it means you can just take the shortest turn each time, and that is really cool. I think I might have to try and make that work somewhere else where we're going to have a proper roundabout in all directions, and I think the next one for that might be somewhere around here if we connect it up to Avalon. Or maybe over on this side. In fact, that kind of looks like one of the last places we might actually build that. But I guess we could always build one in another world, and I could show you it here in the LP. But that is really cool. 2 roundabouts going in the opposite direction. Very cool stuff. So now that that's done, we're going to do the industrial area like I described. I'm going to work on the residential as well. And now we've gotten quite a way into the episode, and I really do want to do some more work here. It takes so long to build these roads. You know, you've got to place them down and delete them a lot. But that's a really good start, I think. It looks very nice. And now, yeah, we can work on those 2 things. Alright, more roads have been prepped, and this does take its time. I know it's not the most exciting thing. So now we have the parallel roads going down here. Probably going to upgrade all of the roads in the industrial area, and they swing around over here. This one's going to connect to the garbage trucks. What we might do is make a little one-way route somewhere off of here that kind of comes across and connects over here just to help with traffic there. But I've got a feeling this is going to work really well, and I really like how it looks as well. So I've decided how the traffic is going to flow into this area. What we're going to do is have a one-way in on this side and a one-way in on that way. So to get in, you can go in through either way. And now that I look at it, we might have to redirect one of these roads a little bit, because otherwise they have to go around the edges. But the outbound road is this one, and this is the way out of the area. So you can come down into this bit, which means you'd have to take the long way around to go off that way. So something there we might change. But what I'm looking at is this space here. I think what we want to do is put some offices in as well. So a couple of little roads will come out. We'll fill up that space with offices. Same with this space around here as well, and maybe the space between these. But if we have a look at Aspen Hills, that's no longer going to be an industrial area. What we're going to do is have a one-way road system here. And actually at the moment I think this road is very pointless, because all it can do is come around here and then go back round there, or maybe it goes into the offices as well. But I'll have a look at that and figure that one out. And yeah, it's going to be a one-way ring system like this. So you go back down over here. Then on this side where the pollution is, we'll put in some offices in this area, some housing, and maybe we'll fill up a little bit of this back here. And that's kind of the plan. So this road here, by the way, can also go over into this area, and then all of this is going to be residential, and it's going to be very much separated from this, but it will be a way through, and it won't be the fastest way through, so we shouldn't have loads of traffic coming through that area. And time is running out, let's put it that way. I've got to upload this video soon, so I think we'll start zoning some areas, we'll see some progress, and we'll have a look at how the traffic goes. Alright, I think we're ready to do this. It's been crazy, but I've laid out the roads for our future expansion, which can be pretty rapid now, because you can see a lot of it is in place. How the roads will connect in the middle and all of that, I'm not too sure. But the road's going to go up here. We've got a roundabout at the top. We're probably going to have a one-way system out of this area at the top to alleviate traffic and bring it back down to these roads. And then we're going to have like a cul-de-sac area around here where you can just go in and out using the same 2 roads. So there'll be some more residential offices, stuff like that in there. But for now what we can do is click play and see what happens. So I don't think we're going to see any traffic problems because I kind of connected everything up, and then all the floaty roads go away, and straight away we're seeing people use the inside road. That's really cool. Out come the garbage trucks. Lots and lots of them. I think they all get sort of sent back there when they're no longer on a road and the game has to kind of figure out what's going on. By the way, I built a train station over here. That's right, it's got no water, but I'm probably going to disable that because it's not connected to the track. I had to build this to edit the train track over here. So, straight away we're seeing some traffic right here, but that's probably all of the garbage trucks coming through. And we should see some outbound traffic going through this area as well. That's good to see. And we're seeing cars go through the middle there. So once these trucks get into the city, it should kind of clear up a little bit. But it's really good to see all of this being used. So this road on the outside is going to be garbage trucks and traffic coming from over here at the moment. And there still seems to be a steady stream of these trucks leaving. And they've caused a huge backup. Let's do some zoning. So what we're going to do is make a little bit of this, the high rises around here. That'll probably do. Maybe a couple on that side. Then all of this in here is going to be offices. And I know it kind of fills out the space and it's not very neat or organised, but I kind of like that. It gives it a little bit of character when you use up whatever space is available. So over on this side I want all of this to be offices as well, just filling up every little bit of space. And then over here I'll have a high-rise there. Probably all of this is going to be... Actually, I've made that the wrong one. Yeah, all of this is probably going to be maybe high-rises this side, offices on the other side. That should work pretty well. Could even make these high-rises as well, although to get to them you'd have to come all the way through here. So I'm seeing a big stream of traffic. I'm really hoping that is just from the garbage trucks. It'd be disappointing if this hasn't helped. But looking at traffic move through it at the moment, I mean there's not a lot, but it's so whizzy and convenient. It's basically a roundabout, but not as curved. And we've got a roundabout inside the not curved roundabout. We could call it an Octobout or something like that. That'd be a cool name for it. And yeah, so there goes a bit of traffic. There's no right-hand turn here, and that does seem to be causing a little bit of problem. Everyone trying to get in one lane again, or in the wrong lane. I'm not really sure what's going on there. So maybe we need like an overpass road. We'll figure these things out. It doesn't look terribly bad, does it? Oh, over here it does though. Look at that. That's definitely gone up. Again, I think this is all the garbage trucks just going out into the city because they've all gone out at once. So it'll be backed up like that for a while. But as of right now, I guess expansion is on the cards. Let's bring down a pipe for this area. By the way, I was looking at this earlier, and for every piece of pipe that you build, there's a maintenance cost. Now, you can see it's very, very low, but if you look at the amount of pipes we have in the city, it does make a lot of sense to be efficient with it, more so than jam them all into an area or have them, you know, like going across like this. If you made an efficient grid, it would probably work out a lot better than what I've done. In fact, a snaky grid would probably be the way to do it, to not have things cross over. It looks like loads of buildings are burnt down everywhere as well. Let's have a general check up here. We're going to do more work on the city in the next episode. Really does take a long time to put these roads together, but we've done the most of it right now. And I had to record 2 episodes in one day, so time was limited. Okay, so water availability needs to increase. Sewage is fine, so we'll just add another one of those quickly down here and then connect it with a pipe. This is where we're now getting the water from, by the way. I did talk about that in the last episode, I think. Where are you going to connect? There. Very cool. So that's not going to be a problem. Garbage looks good. Education is doing alright. Maybe one more high school in the city would be good. And in general, though, things are looking pretty good, aren't they? We haven't got a death issue in the city. We've got loads of crematoriums. And, yeah, traffic's a little bit of a problem. Noise pollution from the traffic. Fire's good, crime is low, everything's back to normal it feels like, and a lot more people using the buses on a lower population as well. So that's interesting behaviour. We need to add some more bus routes. 22% unemployment, that is a lot higher than I thought it would be, so we need to build more offices and industry. All of that will be coming in the next episode. Land value is very good, everything is going very well at the moment. And I don't think there's anything else really to check on. So next time, we'll be zoning up areas, expanding the population, and trying to build some more of these monuments. I am going to get this industrial area increased. It looks like we need more jobs from it. So lots to be done in between, lots to do in the next episode. But there we go. We've really set ourselves up for a good future. And we've got all of the unique buildings unlockable and all of the monuments as well. Eventually. We'll get there. You'll see. Have we unlocked a monument yet? Nope, not yet. But we've done all of these ones. So that's going to be it for this episode. Again, 2,000 likes and there'll be another one for you tomorrow. As always, thank you very much for your support. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.